up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
It's highlighted for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 28th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a crash and made contact with the defendant and noticed a moderate odor of alcoholic beverage and red, watery eyes. The wheel witness stated that he was inside of his house when he heard a loud bang outside and went out to see a vehicle trying to reverse out of his driveway with the defendant in the driver's seat. The defendant backed into the ditch and the wheel witness told the defendant to stop. The defendant hit the wheel witness's vehicle and a second complaining witness's vehicle. A law enforcement officer arrived and the defendant stated he had been drinking throughout the day. The defendant admitted to hitting both vehicles. A law enforcement officer found an empty beer can on the driver's side floorboard. The defendant was transported to the Joint Processing Center for standard field sobriety tests. A 4 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 4 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to providing a breath specimen and blew a .094 and a .103.
Okay. Any prior to WIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
I do not have any data populating for the license field.
He does not have a driver license.
Mr. Gutierrez, number one, I'm going to find there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Number two, you're not allowed to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Number three, you'll be signing an affidavit with me today. Everything I said to the other gentleman applies to you. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. You do not drive. This is an affidavit that you're signing with me, promising me you're not going to drive. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive, it's an offense in and of itself, punishable by an additional 6 months in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Nothing in this life can you justify getting into a car and driving. Nothing. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'm going to get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Roxanne for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Ernesto. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you because you're playing games, if you pick up a new case, if you become a danger to my city, I will issue a warrant, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
All right, come on. Good morning, Mr. Oliver.
Good morning.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes. I apologize, Judge. Could I get the name?
Oliver is the last name.
On April 30th, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to assist an officer on Barker Cypress Road in Harris County, Texas. Another law enforcement officer stated that he observed a motor vehicle make a U-turn and spin its tires. The law enforcement officer followed the motor vehicle into the roadway and observed the motor vehicle to fail to stop at a designated stopping point at an intersection. The law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop and observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's breath and person and red, glossy eyes. The other law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, and the defendant stated he consumed 1 alcoholic beverage at a hookah lounge called Golden Cadillac. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 1 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused to provide a breath specimen. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Ready to be honest.
No prior DWIs, Judge.
Sure. Can you run a full NCIC, please?
Sorry.
Have you run a full NCIC?
I'll run a fresh one, but from what we have here, I'll run a fresh one right now, Your Honor.
Any like reckless drivings, obstructions of a highway, like a reduction
It's just,
in license?
no, Your Honor, we have a couple previous charges, but nothing related to that.
Okay. License?
License status.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Oliver, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, that includes marijuana, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Licenses are available, Your Honor.
Okay, you are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name as well. If you do not have car insurance, you are not allowed to drive, and that is a condition as well. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
If we're going to give you time, I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Roxanne for your bond conditions. After that, you'll be free to go. Don't pick up any new cases, Mr. Oliver. Don't be a danger to my community. It will not go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. Good morning, Mr. Ratcliffe. Sir, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 28, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to an assault call in Harris County, Texas. Law enforcement officer made contact with the complaining witness who stated she was assaulted by Jamar, the defendant, and a known Bloods gang member at a local food mart. The complaining witness stated she had a verbal altercation with the defendant, which escalated when the defendant threw a drink bottle inside of the complaining witness's motor vehicle. The complaining witness was seated with the door open and one leg out of her vehicle. The complaining witness stated she was going to call 911 when the defendant closed her car door on this complaining witness's leg, causing pain. The complaining witness then exited the vehicle and the defendant began to assault her with closed fists. The complaining witness sustained a broken nose and laceration above her eye, requiring 5 stitches. The law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, identified by his Texas driver's license, and the defendant stated the complaining witness struck him first. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant to have a black eye, and law enforcement officers note that he did not find the defendant credible regarding.
Did you say that he had a black eye?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ratcliffe, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person whatsoever for any reason. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. If I find that you violate these conditions, if I find that you're a danger to my community, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you, sir. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you time. I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. You are on bond for a DWI. You signed an affidavit with me promising me that you would not drive. And now you've picked up a new DWI.
¿Puedo hablar o no?
Can I speak or no?
You're going to do probable cause in the case. You have the right to remain silent. They can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay. Not a problem.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, on May 4th, 2025, officers were at a Shell gas station and observed the defendant near the driver door of his vehicle and observed what appeared to be an open container and a black plastic bag on the center console of the truck. The defendant was visibly intoxicated with unsteady gait, balance, and almost fell attempting to enter his vehicle. Law enforcement officer advised the defendant in Spanish it was probably not a good idea for him to enter his vehicle in his condition, which he acknowledged and did not enter the truck. Once officers returned to their vehicle, officers observed the defendant in the driver's seat of the pickup truck and was seen turning the vehicle on. Officers at this time began a DWI investigation and observed the odor of alcoholic beverage on the defendant's person and breath. The defendant also had poor balance and gait and was having to lean on his vehicle for proper balance. The defendant spoke in slurred Spanish and when asked, admitted to drinking prior to driving. The defendant stated he had drunk 2 12-ounce beers at home prior to arriving at the gas station and had only eaten tacos at approximately 12 p.m. earlier in the day. This time, upon observing the inside of the vehicle, there was no container found in a 32-ounce Modelo bottle that was cold to the touch. The law enforcement officer then carried out standardized field sobriety test and observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN. 6 out of 8 clues on the walk and turn, and 3 out of 4 clues on one leg stand.
Question. Sorry, I read that.
The defendant consented to a breath test in .185 and .186.
Where was this? I'm pretty sure you said it. I just.
Shell gas station?
In Harris County, Texas.
Mr. Hernandez, let me express my deep disappointment with you. Not only did you promise me when you picked up the first DWI that you would not drive, not only did you promise me that you would not allegedly consume alcohol, not only last time, like this time, have alcohol in the car while allegedly driving. I would presume that it's damn elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. Anything you say to me will go in one ear and will go out the other, because I know, given the facts, you refuse to comply with bond conditions. As a result, I am now revoking your bond on the first case and I'm setting it at $25,000. And on your second case, I will do the same. I think that you are a deep and utter danger to our county, and nothing will protect our citizens from you other than Jay. I don't know if you are going to get out. If you do, you were ordered to remain under house confinement. You will have a GPS monitor on your ankle on one, and on your other ankle, you will get a scram device so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I am now going to decide whether I'm going to have a contempt hearing, because now you could be facing an additional 6 months in jail for violating, or perhaps violating, this affidavit that you signed promising us you're not going to drive. I'm now also ordering you not to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. I'm sending notice to DPS in Austin so that every single officer in the state will know if you are caught in a vehicle, it must have an interlock. And if they catch you in a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock driving, then you will go to jail. Anything that you want to add?
No, just.
Anything from the state? Okay. All right, Mr. Hernandez. We'll have you come up, swear to us that you're not going to drive again with the new case, and then we'll put you back. Thanks.
Thank you, Justin.
So let's do both at 25,002. Good morning, Mr. Dixon. So you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 28, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle that was not displaying a license plate. The law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant and found that his license was suspended. The defendant admitted that the vehicle was not insured.
Mr. Dixon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason. Do you understand? I don't care what you have to do. I don't care where you have to go. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kids. Do not drive. Do you understand?
Understand.
This is an affidavit that you're going to be signing with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive. Don't do it. I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and if it warrants it, I can have a contempt hearing. You could be facing an additional 6 months and a $500 fine every time you drive because it's an offense in and of itself. If you want to drive, go get your license, go get insurance in your name, and I will be jumping and doing backflips, taking this restriction off. But if you drive, there will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand?
HE double what?
Hockey sticks. Hell to pay. Do you have the ability to hire lawyers, sir? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Or do you, are you going to go hire one?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have any issues, come back and we can talk. I'm happy to give you a court-appointed lawyer if you need one.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to have you come up here, so you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria Sign and reset, and then you're out of here. Good morning, Mr. Quinn.
This is the